Hey guys, it's Alina here, and today I have another very special video. Today's video is going to be about my experience at IPSY's GenBeauty LA, as well as all the goodies that I picked up from the brands during the actual conference. I also have a video about all the goodies I got in the swag bag for the VIP beauty creator party put on by IPSY, and I will link that down below if you want to check it out as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So this was my first time attending IPSY's GenBeauty. I actually received an invite to go in October to New York's, and I had signed up at the last moment. It was just too rushed and too crazy, you know. I was still recovering from my car accident, and yeah, it was just too hectic at that point. But hopefully I'll get to go to New York this year. I flew out to LA on the Wednesday before. But yeah, so I went to the cocktail party on Friday, and like I said, I will leave a link down below to the video showing that stuff. So Saturday, I didn't quite have the early start that I wanted to. I really wanted to get there right when it opened because I know for those kinds of events, it's really important to arrive early and get in line because I've heard they're pretty hectic. And I knew that this event was open to the public, and I knew it was just gonna be insane. I think it started at 11. I got there like at 11:30, and it was definitely a lot crazier than I expected. The moment I got there, I felt like I was not going to be able to be there that long just because of the amount of people. The lines were insane, not to mention that they had this thing where if the line was too long, they actually had some poor volunteers stand there with a sign that said line closed. When I asked one of them, I was, what does that mean? Oh, the line's closed right now. Okay, well, when is it going to open? Oh, I don't know. Okay. And she's like, you know, it'll open when the line starts moving. I'm like, so if I just kind of stay in this general area, like 2 feet away from you, pretending like I'm taking a photo, when it moves, I can go in line. And she was like, yeah. But it ended up backfiring because certain brands, people just started a line unofficially from where they said the line was closed, waiting for the line to open. So it was just craziness. It was just so dumb. But yeah, so the line was insanely long for everything, and you know, when you're walking from booth to booth, it felt like herding cattle. That's what it felt like. You know, that feeling of like an entire group moving together at the same rate, and you can't move faster because everyone's going together. And then, you know, if someone tries to move fast, they step on the back of your feet. That's just me. I like to be able to walk at the pace I want to walk. I walk fast. I'm like, you know. The other issue is because the lines were so long, I didn't even hit all the booths. Yeah, so I just went to the ones that I really wanted to go to. So I stayed there probably until like 3:30. So how they handled the items that you were getting from the brands is when you came in through the front door and like gave your ticket or whatever, they gave you this badge, and in the badge you could put your name, and then it also had a little kind of passport, I guess, and it had all the different brands around it with a map of where they were, and then each brand had a little ticket, and you had to turn that ticket in to get the free item. So I'm not sure how the brands decided what they were going to give away. I'm not sure if they were required to give away something by like their sponsorship contract. I'm not sure if there was a certain price limit, but there was a huge disparity from brand to brand. And you'll see it when I pull out the items and tell you like what some brands were giving or not giving. And you guys can kind of see it obviously, but I'll probably still obnoxiously point it out. So I hit maybe like, gosh, not even that many brands the first day. The second day, I really didn't get an early start as like I wanted. For whatever reason, I thought it was also till 5 p.m. on the second day, so I wasn't really in a rush because I knew that I was coming, you know, yeah, maybe to get some free stuff, but mostly to talk to the brands. And I was told that Sunday was a better day because it was more chill, not as many people. No, in the beginning of the day, it was definitely not true, but it did slow down a little bit. But yeah, so I did get to talk to a lot of brands. One of my biggest complaints was, you know, I felt like, and this is gonna sound really like obnoxious, I felt like it didn't make sense that the content creators, especially the ones that are a part of the IPSY Open Studios, I don't think that we should have had to wait in those crazy lines and kind of hustle and try to get in the line when it, you know, the line was technically open or anything like that. Like, I don't think we should have had to do that with everybody else. And I know that sounds like elitist or whatever, but we're the ones really that are going to be promoting all the brands that are there. So I think if anything, it was most important for us to be able to actually get through the line and get the product or whatever so that we can try it out or get to talk to them And yeah, that would be one complaint that I had. And I don't think it needs to be that we have our own separate line, although that could be the case. But even like some other expos like IMATS has a specific like pro day only. Like they could have easily just opened up an hour or two early just for content creators, and that way they can get through and get out, or you know, even stick around a little bit but not have to be waiting and doing all the lines. That would actually benefit everyone else as well, because we were probably the ones holding down the lines the most. You know, talking with the brands, getting to know them, taking photos of the booths and the product and all that stuff. So if we got to do that an hour or two before everyone else came, I feel like that would make a huge difference. I was with a few content creators and we all felt like kind of frustrated, but yeah. So let's go on to like the free stuff, and I'll explain which of these items were items that everybody got, which of these items were given to us as content creators. This is from eSalon. Never heard of it, but it's obviously a hair brand. I like that they included these little clips, because I always wanted to try these clips, even though I don't know if 4 is going to be enough. It's Heart Locket Color Safe Shampoo and Love Unconditionally Color Safe Conditioner. So I'm pretty crazy about which hair stuff I use. I'm pretty die-hard with Pureology, but I don't know. So the brand Rock Your Hair, they did have a booth, but this is not what people got. As a content creator, they decided to give me this Spray It Big Volumizing Hairspray and the Spray It Clean Dry Shampoo, so I could try these 2 products. But if you were there as an attendee, you were probably really disappointed, because when you waited in that line and you got to the front, their like freebie or their like offer for the little ticket was that you could buy any of their products for $5 each. Personally, I think it should have been a requirement for the brands to give something away, and I feel like there should be a certain value to it, but I'm not sure how they handle it. I can only speak from my past in doing those kinds of events. So next up is Too Faced. Too Faced was right in the front, and I think that their booth was probably the most adorable one, of course, because it's all pink and hearts and all that stuff. And they had it all decorated with like candy and things like that. It was pretty cool. I also think they were one of the brands that gave the most valued items. So if you got there early, you got options, but of course the best options were the ones that ran out the quickest. So the option that I was able to get, because I got there early enough, is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons Palette. So they're giving this away, or you can choose one of the Chocolate Soleil bronzers, like whether it be the regular one, milk chocolate, or dark chocolate, or any of the melted chocolate liquid lipsticks that were new. So there were a lot of options, and they also had people that were putting the melted chocolate lipsticks on people so they could try them out. So City Color was definitely a brand I was looking to check out, because I haven't gotten anything from them before. So their freebie was a lipstick, and it looks kind of like it's an orchid shade. Everyone got one of these lipsticks. It's the Diva lipstick. But because I was a content creator and I was talking to the girl, she also hooked me up with their Contour Effects palettes. So this first one, oh, this is like their Contour Bronze and Highlight palette. And the second one is their Contour Effects 2, which I guess is like a different shade of it. Super excited to try these. So Benefit was giving away the Hoola bronzer, but in order to get the Hoola bronzer, you had to take a photo and put it on your Instagram. It's not really a huge deal, but personally, I don't think that brand should require anything of the attendees, because the attendees, especially the attendees paid to go there, so to have to do an extra step, I'm cool with them like doing some sort of, you know, put this on social media and we'll enter you for a drawing to win something, or, you know, you get an extra freebie. But like for that, you get to the front of the line with your little ticket and then you have to actually put it on your Instagram or whatever. And some people don't do social media, so that would kind of be lame. The lighting in their setup was not very good, so the photos were super grainy. You know, you can see the one on my Instagram, it was like really bad. But they also had their new liquid bronzer and their body bronzer and the new little brush too for us to like test out and check out, because those won't be available until, I think they said like late February. So yeah, Hoola bronzer, we all know what this looks like. So Ofra Cosmetics was there, and they had Kathleen Lights at their booth for a meetup at some point, but it was just way too crazy. And they were giving away a small version of Kathleen Light's new shade Havana Nights with their liquid lipsticks. So that's what you got as a freebie.